Welcome back with a Today exclusive as we continue an important conversation about women and aging with director and author Justine Bateman.
We first got to know her from the 80s classic Family Ties, and she has been a writer and director for decades. Well, now she is making headlines for a recent interview responding to online criticism that her face, quote, looks old. Her message was simple. I don't give a bleep, and quote, I like it. And it's something a lot of us women are happy to hear. Justine, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Welcome
So
back.
listen, a lot of people, especially these days in times of social media and magazines, and it's been this way for a long time, but I feel like now more than ever, we're, especially women, are particularly aware of our faces and Botox and aging and all of the things. Why did you decide to say, you know what, enough is enough? I'm going to talk about this.
Well, I wrote a book about it 2 years ago, so it's funny to see it sort of bubble up again. You know, so obviously people are still very passionate about it, as it should be. But it really, the bottom line is the fear. What is the fear behind it? If people think I look old, then therefore, and there's some fill in the blank, and whatever that fill in the blank is for somebody, that's the thing to deal with, because there's nothing. That's something that existed before their face started changing. So it's an opportunity for them to get rid of that fear, which is what I did when I processed it when this came up when I was writing my first book, Fame.
You know, it's funny because we look at, male actors as they get into their 50s and 60s and even 70s and beyond, and they become distinguished. And whereas women aren't afforded that same luxury. Do you think that that's starting to change a little bit?
When you say is it starting to change a little bit, meaning like does society as a whole, are they going to think differently about it? Personally, I don't really care what society as a whole thinks or what the cosmetic industry thinks. I'm not here to try and change any of that. I'm just saying I got on the other side of that bothering me by looking at what my core fear was, which had nothing to do with my skin. And for each individual that wants to get on the other side of it, there's an opportunity for them.
But I guess as far as
that.
Hollywood is concerned.
Well, Hollywood's just selling what you, the viewer, wants to see. So if you, the viewer, wants to see older faces, that's what you're going to see. Hollywood is just a business trying to appeal to as many people as possible.
And so is the cosmetics industry
And so is the cosmetics industry.
Big
In fact,
business.
they'll sell the same product in another country with a different name. Like in France, it's not going to be anti-aging. It's going to be, skin enhancing or whatever.
Oh, I never knew that.
But that's what advertising and marketing is supposed to do. Either attend to a need you appear to have or to create a need they think you should have to sell this. And I think it's fascinating. But for people who are prone to criticize themselves based on all of these things, I think if you just get at what your fear is underneath all of that, then you'll see that advertising and it won't affect you. It won't push your buttons.
I feel like this also comes down to confidence, like literally being comfortable in your own skin. Saying, whatever your thoughts, I don't care because I'm living my life and I'm doing my thing. Like how freeing is it to just get to that point mentally, to just be comfortable and to be you?
Yeah, that's really it. And the only way I know how to get there is to attend to the fears. And because unless I do that, then you're just like doing positive thinking or something, which you've still got a bunch of stuff under the rug. So you got to get rid of the stuff under the rug. But I'm really, we're putting together a film of the book Face that I wrote about this topic, and with like Mary Louise Parker, Carrie-Anne Moss, and all these fantastic actresses, and so it'll, send that message out to more people.
Really quickly, Justine, do you think that this collective fear that we seem to have as a society of aging, at its root, is we're all concerned about our own mortality? Like it forces us to deal with the fact that we're not going to be around forever.
That could be what it is for some people. For other people it might be, I'm afraid nobody's going to listen to me anymore. I'm afraid I'm not going to get a maid, or I'm going to lose a job or never get my dream job, or whatever it is. We'll deal with that fear. And because that doesn't have anything to do with the skin on your face.
Yeah. It's a good conversation to have, and I think the conversation obviously will continue. You're the first person I've ever heard connect aging to fear. Like as far as their physical, the way we look. I'd never heard that before, so it's something to think about.
But it's not even just specific to aging. It's like, for someone it could be, I'm afraid if I'm, 10 pounds heavier, X will happen to me.
Yeah.
Or if I'm if I wear my hair the way I really want to wear it, X will happen to me.
you're
And if
right.
you just deal with that X.
The stuff under the carpet.
Under the carpet.
Baggage.
Justine, thank you.
This is great.
Yeah,
Thank
good
you.
conversation.
Keep
All right.
talking.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.